afternoon folks, and welcome back to another episode of Adams Eats. It's true what they say, us Brits do like a good cup of tea. How are we folks? Hope you had a good weekend. Just a quick thank you as well for coming along to the live stream. I love doing the live streams, it was brilliant catching up with you, and it was also nice for me to give just a little bit of advice for some of the smaller creators out there. I'm no expert either, but you know, if I can just steer you guys in the right direction, that's a good thing. Now onto today's video, I'm going to make for you a really simple tuna mayo. And I wanted to do this, I mean you might be thinking, well it's just mayonnaise and tuna, why are you showing us how to do that? The idea of it is I'm going to create a new playlist. It's going to be called Adam's Lunchbox. That sounds a little bit inappropriate. Let's just go with Lunchbox, not Adam's Lunchbox. And the playlist is a really simple idea. I go back to work on Monday, which is today when you're seeing this. I've already done a full day's work, but anyway. And in my quest to get healthier, you know, a bit fitter and go to the gym, I'm going to start making my own lunches, because before I used to go to the, you know, pastry shop next door and get a sausage roll or, you know, a pasty or something like that. So with that being said, I'm going to show you some simple recipes, you know, to take to work, easy lunches that are cheap and are going to taste great. So let's crack on with it. If you look down below in the description, you can get a list of what you need. And again, if you press that pause button now, you can get a list of them there as well. So let's crack on with it. The first thing we need to do is drain some tuna. Right, okay, so I've got my tuna here. Make sure you buy the stuff that's in water. The reason for that is if you buy it in oil or brine, you're gonna have less control of how it tastes in the final product. You know, because brine is quite salty, the oil is gonna be really greasy. So by buying it in water, you've got a very neutral flavour to start with. So it's really simple. I'm just gonna open these cans. Don't think you really need to see all of this. And once they're open, we just need to drain off the water. And once you've drained it, all we're going to do is empty it into a bowl. Be careful not to break it up too much, because it's always nice to have sort of chunky bits of tuna running through your tuna mayonnaise. Now the next thing we need to do is add some mayonnaise. I'm using a light mayonnaise because, like I said before, I'm trying to reduce my fat intake. And basically what you want is to just squeeze it in. You don't want loads, you don't want it completely swimming. The mayonnaise is acting as a binding agent. You don't want to overwhelm it too much. So just take your mayonnaise and just gently mix it through. Now that's perfect, it's not swimming in mayo, and you've still got a nice bit of texture from that tuna. And the next thing we need to do is to add some crunch. So I've got my cucumber here, this is what I'm going to use for crunch. You could use celery, spring onion, you know, whatever you like really. And the reason I'm adding this is because A, it's good for you, and B, the mixture that we've got here is really soft. You've got the soft tuna, the soft mayonnaise, so we want to add some texture in there because that is just as important as flavour. So I'm just going to take a bit of this cucumber off, obviously take off the cling film, and I'm going to cut it down the middle. And just taking a small spoon, just scoop out those inner seeds because they're quite watery. And then really simply, all I'm going to do is to cut them into strips, bunch them together, and then again into little small bite-sized pieces. Just like that. I'm going to get those into the tuna mayo. Now at this point as well, I'm going to add some lemon. And the reason I'm doing that is because if you add some sort of acid, it's going to cut through the richness of that mayo and just lift it a little bit, make it a bit lighter. I'm going to use about the juice of half a lemon and then just squeeze some of that in there. Try not to get the pips in there. Where's that flipping pip gone? There it is. You don't want to bite into that. And once you've added the lemon juice, we now need to season it. So the first thing I'm going to add is some pepper. That's just going to give a nice little bit of heat. And then I'm going to give that a good old mix through. I'm not adding any salt at this point, because mayonnaise can be quite salty anyway. And I'm just going to give it a quick taste. It does need a little bit of salt. And I am going to add just a bit more pepper. Just give that a good old mix up. And that's it really, that's your tuna mayo done. And because I've worked so hard, I think I deserve a sandwich. Right, so let's build a sandwich. I've got wholemeal bread, you could use white, whatever you like. I'm just gonna cut myself off some nice big slices. Now we can add some of our tuna mayo filling. Gonna be quite generous with it. You could butter the bread if you wanted to, I'm not gonna bother. Now I'm gonna add some watercress and some rocket leaves as well. Just for a bit of extra pepperiness. Then we get the lid on. Now also it's scientifically proven that cutting your sandwiches diagonally makes them taste better. I don't know if that's true, probably isn't. And there we have it, just a really simple sandwich. Let's get it in my face. Right, here it is, let's give it a taste. So you can see there all that filling. I think I've been a bit over generous, but never mind. Let's go in. That is so much better than any naff you'll buy from a shop. It's much lighter. The first thing you get is a little bit of a twang just at the back of your mouth from that lemon, which really gets the juices flowing in the mouth, and it just lifts everything up, makes it a bit lighter. Got a nice little bit of heat from that pepper as well, and of course a nice bit of crunch from that cucumber. It's super simple to make. I almost had second thoughts about filming it because I thought, Is it too simple? But then I thought, well actually there's people out there that are probably going to go down the shops and buy it, not realising how easy it is to make yourself. So again, I'm going to put this in the Lunchbox playlist, but again, as I develop more recipes, I'll put them in as well. Well, that about wraps up today's video, guys, so thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. If you do, then please stick a like down below, comment and share it across your social media platforms. And if you'd like to show me some love, then please subscribe. And as always, if you stick around at the end, there'll be some links to some other videos. And if you're not a subscriber, there'll be a button for that as well. And I'll see your lovely faces next time for more tasty fun and frolics. And bye for now.